enough being happy. Okay? Enough of it. You guys, I gotta be honest, chat. The way you guys dress and just expose yourselves, okay? You're crossing the line, all right? You guys aren't modest enough. You guys are frankly, you're kind of slutty. You're a little slut. You're kind of sluts. Frankly, you know. But we tell you what. As a way to learn and grow together, why don't we all learn together how to be modest? What do you say? I think we should learn modesty from Abigail Shapiro, who is a real person. Abby's totally real. This isn't just an e streamer, okay? This isn't a made up algorithm deep fake, okay? And her, a human person, has listed 3 things that she loves about being modest, which are lists that human people like to make. You know how when you're sitting around and you look down at yourself and you don't see a bit of suggestive dress upon you and go, huh, I really love being modest. Yes. Ahaha. I shall, as a human being, tell my internet friends about such discoveries that I have made. Abigail Shapiro. She looks like Big Bird in this still. Does she? But I thought it was tits out year. That's why I got top surgery. Well, no. You have to be modest. Modest time. Okay, so let's learn modesty is hottesty. All right.
Hello, Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're
just shut. No. The internet, I thought was going to shut this off just like I wanted to, but it didn't take at all.
going to be talking about how I learned to love being modest.
How do you label yourself as modest? Yeah, that's how she sounds all the time. Hello, Classic Crew. I, at all times, move my mouth maximally so that you get to hear every single syllable 100% of the time. All right? We're not going to run words together. We're going to hit every single syllable hard. This is how human beings communicate with their verbal words. And she sings opera. I'm really excited for the slow-mo opera at the end.
Growing up, I actually really enjoyed being modest.
You know, when I was a 3-year-old, I thought to myself, glad I'm not slutty like all these other 3-year-olds. I'm Abby Shapiro. I'm the most modest goddamn toddler I know, that's for sure. Dion Beaumont, thanks for the 7 months.
I loved that my faith encouraged me to respect my body and keep it for myself and for my husband. And it felt like a way of showing my relationship to God. That I was dressing in the way that He would have wanted for me, and that He wanted me to respect my body. And it also kind of was reflected to the world that I was Jewish and I was a woman of faith. And I thought that was pretty cool. That
these are the same types of people who go like the Muslims covering up their women in burqas, like, and then they also say the same shit. Like if you let skin out, whoops, you don't deserve that. They let skin out. Oh well, now it's a question of modesty. You see, that's how I work. That's my. Okay, in what culture is this? Are people often immodest? I don't see a lot of like people who I just look at when they have like You know, they're wearing whatever clothes they might be wearing. I go, pretty revealing. Like, this implies so much. Like this is the same energy as you're asking for it. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean asking for it?
God and I had this like secret handshake of modesty. As I got older,
Me and God had a secret handshake of modesty. Okay, hold on. Hold on. What? All right, I have. This is what I thought of immediately.
110-107, so it's a one possession.
Ready?
With under 2 minutes to play.
Now every possession is just
Ready?
completely magnified.
Modesty. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking modesty, bro.
Completely magnified.
Modesty. Nice.
Just completely.
Modesty is
magnified.
modesty.
I ended up being really tempted
Why am I gay? I'm not gay. Why are you gay? Are you gay? I mean, the answer to why I'd be gay is I like it. Why are you gay? Being gay bad? You thought I was gay? Oh, cool. I mean, I'm not. That's weird, though. It's pretty weird, dude. Why would you just be like, are you gay, dude? Like, was it 1996? Right, that's what I mean. Like, who cares? Who gives a shit? What if I did suck dicks? What if I sucked fucking loads of dicks, dude? What if you came into chat, right, and you go, why are you gay? And I said, I don't know, I just fucking love dick. What was your response gonna be? Huh? Fucking like dick? Yeah, I fuck. Yes, I fuck, and I like dick, and I'm stuffed constantly. What, is that something to be embarrassed about? No, it means I come all the time. I have like the emptiest balls. Fucking weird, man. Fucking weird. Jesus Christ. Certified Coomer. Hold on. This guy's amazing. Did you become an atheist because you're gay? But I just said I wasn't gay. No, I'm an atheist because I have brain cells, and I'm not gay because I just don't like peepees, and I don't like masculine people. Yeah. Insofar as romantic or sexual relationships are concerned, I do love the boys, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, the boys. Toss one up for the boys, all right? Is that it? Is it is that the interaction we're having? Are you gay? Are you an atheist because you were gay? All right. All right. Is there anything else you want to... What if... Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. All right, moving on to Classically Abby. Back to her. Back to Classically Abby. What is happening? Well, you see, sometimes here on the old Twitch, you get a person who just wants a little attention. So you give them a little bit of attention because it's funny. You know what I mean? You're not an anti-theist, are you? No, I don't think so. I'm anti-specific theists. I could unban him and ban him again, but I won't. First stream I catch in weeks and no corn. Hey, I mean Haywood. You know, I mean, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. You just we gotta be doing subs. Just how it works, you know? Just how it works. Yeah. Yeah. If you're a Christian, I don't fucking get it. Yeah, I do not understand you being religious whatsoever.
Good call, baby.
Rublo, thanks so much for the 10 tier 1 subbies, bro. Fall Fry Fairy, Golden Clarity, Potato Insert, Life on the Couch, Sky Solo, K Long, Sean and Gee, Chauncey Extreme, and Twaffle. You all been gifted subbies. Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate that. Very kind of you, Rublum. Wow, it's poised like sharpshooters waiting for the go-ahead. I have the shot. Just need clearance on whether or not I can engage. I have the target in sights. Target is in sights.
Good call, baby bird.
Command, please give us permission. They're not doing anything. I'm taking the shot. With or without orders, it's the right thing to do. Rublum, thanks again for giving one to Haywood. Jublo me. Someone called Jake a gay atheist. Well, I'm one of those things. Save the president. We gotta save the president. Am I the president? Chat, we're at 1909. Just nutty. Just nutty. Like my poops. Anyway. They're more corny, really. The rest of us are gay. Yeah, you guys are gay. You're the gay ones. No, you don't deserve that. Shit. I keep pressing that button on accident. I'm not used to pressing the other one. You've really fucked me up, chat. You've really fucked me up. It's starting to get to the point where I have such muscle memory because you spoil me, because you're very supportive. That now I press the wrong button. Holy shit, Jake's an atheist. True. I'm just tossing this out there. If you're a leftist and you're a Christian, why are you a colonizer? Why do you continue to colonize? Why are you doing that? I thought you were a leftist. And if you're a Wiccan, why are we suspending? Why are we suspending our skepticism? I know there's some of you that are Wiccan. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can go, well, that's obviously bullshit, but this right here, if I light this fucking candle, now here we go, baby. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I hope it makes you happy, and I don't really have anything against it from an ethical standpoint, really, unless you're making decisions based on it. But, like, I don't understand how you can... I don't understand. I don't get it. It's like going like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna cut myself with a fucking katana. That's obviously incredibly sharp. And then you run your hand along a knife. It's similar. It's just smaller. Why you're doing the same thing? It's the same. It's literally the same action. It's just a smaller version of it. I don't. But okay. Anyway, Abby Shapiro is religious, which is why we talked about that, because I think it's reasonable to bring that up. Yeah. I don't really care, but I don't get it. And you need to explain it to me someday, chat. Thought about doing a study of the rest of the world's religious texts? Well, sure, but the thing is with Christianity, I have like really close personal ties with it, like most Americans or people in the West, really. And so it's just easier to talk about. But I lean towards more Unitarians or spiritual. Well, yeah, any concept of the Abrahamic religion or really monotheism is very. I mean, it's the lattice through which you guys don't deserve that. I just noticed I pressed the button again. Shit, you guys don't deserve it. It's very close to the whole thing. Yeah. Such as Lance of the Cert. Wait, what are you talking about? I'm usually straight, but I am sexually attracted to really hot men. That's not. I don't know. I don't know if I would say that's usually straight. But it's fine. However you would like to describe yourself. But for me, that doesn't count as usually straight. Okay. Little spiritual. See, I don't understand spirituality either. How do I feel about spiritualism? How do I feel about it from an intellectual level? I feel like you just like the feeling of it, which is fine, I guess. But it's like, I don't understand why anyone would want to live in a situation where, okay, I don't believe, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, okay? So it implies that you do find flaws within the belief system of the religion or whatever that might be. I'm assuming Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. One of those three, right? And then you go, well, that doesn't appeal to me. Due to what reason? Do you just not like it because they're meanies? Or do you not like it because it's like intellectually, it obviously doesn't make sense, right? So if you come to the point where it obviously doesn't make sense, why does spirituality make sense? Well, a bunch of people believe in religion, so why, I mean, surely there must be a greater power out there. No, we're human beings. We evolved to be pattern-recognizing machines. And when we pattern recognize, we go, I killed a goat yesterday in the hopes that it would rain, and it did rain today. And also I live in the cradle of civilization where rain would have to be common for me to even be able to do that whatsoever so that I could survive to even think about the idea of religion.
Baby bird.
Very odd that kind of literally every old religion started in a place with water and a climate that was, hectic enough and rainy enough, and the weather was, all these gods are weather gods, guys. Literally all of them. This is a rant that I could go on, including Judaism, which applies to this video, which is why we're going to keep it and talk about it. Because it's the same shit, dude. Think of an old religion and then try to disassociate it with water. You can't do it. The DAC, thanks for the 7 months, dude. Yeah. Having energy? See, but this is the thing. Like, for heaven's sake, like, I don't hate anything about what you're saying there. Like, I don't, like, from an ethical standpoint, I don't care, right? You can, if that's what you want to believe. But there's, like, literally no reason for that to be a thing that you think about. There's nothing that spawned in my opinion, things that exist have an energy. I mean, in that we need energy for cellular interaction, yeah. I mean, when I die, when my brain dies, not even me, the rest of me, I need some parts. But really, it's only to keep my brain alive. If you can keep my brain alive indefinitely, I will live forever, right? You can't because of cellular degeneration and the way that things work like that. And I mean, you'd have to reduce the risk of cancer to 0% for me to live forever. But let's just say that you could. As soon as you disable my brain, I'm gone. Even if the bones and muscle and stuff that looks like me exists, right? Terry Schiavo question. Ship of Theseus, really, but without the brain, without the sails, I guess. Like, is a ship if it has no way to locomote? In that case, it's a raft. My body would be a raft instead of a vessel. Does that make sense? So it's just one of those things where it like really doesn't make sense. Like, am I dead? My heart didn't stop beating. My brain still exists, but the synapses aren't doing the thing, right? Am I dead? Do I go to heaven in that case? Do I have to wait until my body dies? Like, how does all that work? See, it doesn't really make sense. As long as others try not to influence one another. I actually disagree with that. I think you should be advocating for your belief system if you think it's correct. It's not different from politics. In fact, I don't understand why people are precious about their religious bullshit. I have no idea why you're precious about that shit. Any of you that are religious or spiritual or whatever. Why are you precious about it? You're not precious about anything fucking else. When it comes to like beliefs that maybe we should dig the truth up out of, right? Zero V streaming. Thanks so much for the tier 2, dude. You know what I mean? Like you can The KKK is an example of that. Well, which is exactly why I would say you should try to influence one another, right? What do you mean that? Do you think Nazis are like, you know what? I'm not going to try to influence anybody. So if you take the stance of you're not going to try to influence anybody, then what the fuck? What do you mean? Nazis try to influence people to believe the things they like, so therefore doesn't really follow. I'm starting to understand why, and I'm not trying to be mean. The way that logic path didn't work is kind of the way that people end up. That's how they justify these kinds of things. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really make sense that like those words didn't mean things insofar as like, well, that's why I shouldn't talk about religion. That's not really a reason. Religion is put on a ridiculous, never criticized pedestal. It really is, and I don't get it. I know it's a deeply held thing that a lot of people have, but so is my belief that every human person deserves, the right to an education, right? Like, it's intrinsic to my existence that I feel human beings deserve a higher quality of life. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can be a communist until only one about communism. That's what I'm talking about.
Good call.
Actual Tran, thanks so much for extending through September. Yeah. Sincerely a Catholic? Yeah. Like, I think it's silly that you'd be a Catholic. If you are a leftist, specifically. Like, because obviously Catholicism has led to specifically the opposite of leftism, and the only reason that it perpetuated is for all of the reasons that you hate the systems that cause you to be a leftist, right? Religion, quite literally, is a lattice through which things like capitalism, colonialism, feudalism exist and perpetuate. Racism. These things don't exist outside of religion. Like without that inception, right? Because religion is the original sort of like, gives you the divine right. It gives you the racial split. It gives you like, oh, you're different tribes. It gives you this idea that there could be a chosen people and that some people who are different than you would be less civilized or whatever. Like it's such a driving wedge and stuff. And it's like foundational to things like capitalism. It's wild to me. But anyway, I digress. Progressive America, thanks for following, dude. Appreciate that. Why didn't that beep? Why didn't that ding dong me? It should have gone like, her ramble is just too real. I don't know. Anyway, let's hear about how she likes to be modest. This is a good conversation, chat.
Did buy the different fashions and the different styles that were just out there, that showed a lot more skin, and I wanted to be less modest. I wanted to wear...
Yeah, but she wanted to be less modest. I know it's state religion, but Christianity survived because it has been a state religion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it literally was the state religion of Rome, and then that ended up. I mean, the Church of England was literally the thing that perpetuated it. I mean, obviously, the Pope and the Vatican in general, if you're talking about Catholicism, perpetuated vast swaths of humanity's colonialism, right? Like, there's part of divine right is part of the reason why colonialism existed in England at all. The sun never sets on the British Empire. Yeah. So I think specifically, yeah, I was raised Catholic. Well, I know. I'm just saying, like when we say, oh, I think of a state religion, I agree with you. I don't think a lot of people understand that Christianity has been a prolific state religion in multiple states throughout human history that were incredibly influential, and this is why it exists today in the way it does. Like for instance, if instead of Portugal, it was Morocco that started colonizing, right, from northern Africa and moved over and had a Muslim influence, Egypt, because they have access to the ocean there. If they were the ones to do it, we would be Muslim. And that's the difference. That's really it. Yeah. Anyway. Chase your day. Thanks for following, dude.
Things that showed up.
No, you don't deserve it.
off more of my body. Now, after having been in
Skeletor, thanks
Modest,
for following.
I can say that I'm so much happier dressing modestly. And I really think it's something that more women should embrace. So today I'm going to share with you 3 ways that I learned to love modesty. So let's get into it. I want to preface
I need to understand. So here's the thing about, because I know that like conservatives will often talk about this, and religious people in general will often talk about modesty, right? And they say like, oh, the left is like, oh, they're just horny and they want to fuck. First of all, maybe, but second of all, it's also just like humanity. It's human nature, right? Like we want to like. We do like and enjoy sex, and it's okay to like and enjoy sex in the way that we want to like perpetuate things like understanding consent. I think that's number one. We've talked about if you're new to the channel, you might not know this, but if you're an OG on the channel, you definitely know. We talk about comprehensive sexual education, starting with the concept at a very early age. I'm talking preschool, okay? And this is sex education without sex, okay? We just teach the concept of consent until we get to the point of like pre-puberty, when you should be talking about, the changes you're going to go through. Probably, was that 4th grade, 5th grade, somewhere in there, when you start to like, well, we're bumping up against like next couple years, you should be prepared for this. So just consent, right? And consent is sexy, I agree. Just consent. And learning like, okay, so if Billy says that you can give him a hug, is it okay for you to give him a hug when he's not expecting it? No, because that's consent, right? We're just teaching simple things like consent. Okay, so if Jake says that he likes to high five, okay, and he puts his hand up for a high five, do you get to high five him? And then obviously as a social cue, we understand that this means, yeah, meet me here. And we slap hands. That's cool. That wasn't very good. There we go. Much better. Stuff like this. And just do consent exercises. And over time, kids will very quickly, kids are pretty smart. They'll pick up on this. They'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. And that means, and then I'd apply it to them. Okay, so do you want, and I saw a really brilliant, and sadly, this teacher died from COVID in real life. Not in fake life. I don't know why I said in real life. She did die from COVID, last year, or the beginning of this year. And, but she had a viral video that went out, and it was this really, really cute video of a bunch of kids. And they were like, kindergarten age, roughly, between kindergarten and 2nd grade, somewhere in there. And, they had like a little board up on the thing, and it was a little like TikTok video or something, or a Twitter video that went around. And it was really cute, and it was an amazing thing. And I used to teach, if you don't know that, and not for a long time. I went to school for it and stuff. But she had this board, and the kids, there would be one designated like kid that chose with their own volition, like who wants to be the I don't know what they called it, but basically. The person that it's like a reverse door greeter. They say goodbye to the kids as the other kids, their classmates, end their day and leave the classroom and go home, right? So at the end of the day, one kid raises their hand and gets chosen from the teacher, I assume. Okay, so who wants to do this? And that kid stands at the end of the door, the outside of the doorway, and the other kids get in a line and walk out. And then on the way out, they can slap a picture of, it'll say like handshake, hug, high five, or knuckle bumps, right? Like knucks. And so they picked, and then they can also pick none. They could pick multiple. They could pick any or all, or none, right? And some kids didn't pick any and just walked by, and he was like, okay, have a good day. And then some of them picked hug, and these kids are like hugging each other. And these kids are like high-fiving each other, and it's all consent-based. It's like, okay, I chose this. Okay, we're doing that. And then it's consent-based. That's beautiful. And that's just a little thing. So if you got kids, that might be a really good way to teach them consent, especially if you have more than one specifically, obviously. Or you could do it, I guess, with your kids if it's just you and your spouse or whatever you got going on, whatever your family situation is, a kid that needs to learn it, adopted, whatever. Really fantastic way to learn consent in a constructive way and a non-toxic way, because the kid that was there was a little boy, and he was hugging other little boys. And when I was a kid, We would not have done that because it was gay, and we wouldn't want the kids to be gay, but I would have fucking loved that. I feel like that would have been a really incredible like learning experience, to learn that you can hug a guy and it not be like weird. It's just like super, it's just a beautiful human interaction that we like to do, and most people enjoy hugs to some extent. And if they don't like hugs, it's probably because consent was violated at some point, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a really fantastic idea. And that's why I think sex education comes in. And in regards to modesty, as we bring it back to Abby Shapiro, in regards to modesty, maybe you would have been gay. No, I don't think it was a hug away from wanting to suck bro dick, but maybe. Maybe. But I hug my friends nowadays, so I don't think that's it. What was I saying? As far as modesty is concerned, part of the way we don't teach sex education is with this modesty, this shaming thing, right? How many of you guys, and I know this is only a 6-minute video, but we're digging into this because it's a meaty subject, right? It's got religion, it's got a lot of politics in it, but it's also got this like toxicity in it. This is a big problem. We're slut shaming children, and I don't think people realize that we're calling kids sluts. Like as a society, we just call kids sluts all the time, and it's mostly schools with dress codes, specifically, strict dress codes, where you have to have like, stuff below the knee. You can't show any cleavage. You can't wear yoga pants. You got to wear underwear under your basketball shorts. Don't want to see a bulge, like stuff like that. Like, the kids aren't fucking in the hallways usually. Especially if you teach them consent, in which case they would understand that you can't subject everybody else to your bullshit, right? Now, some people can go too far, and that's okay. You can't be showing, we do sexualize breasts. You can't be walking around topless, just because of the way society is and because of the way hormones work and the way that, like, we see milkos and we go, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You also can't hang hog. You can't your hog can't be let out of the pen. You know what I mean? Other people don't want to see your ding dong, and that's okay. We sexualize that as well, and it's because it's a sexual thing sometimes, and that's the way it is. Even if you never do anything sexual with it, we consider your hog a sexual piece of your body, and it's okay that we want to keep those from other people at times. It makes sense because I don't want to see your ding dongs, chat. Not all of them. Some of your butts I'm fine with. I'll look at any set of titties. Okay, I'll look at most hoo-haws as well. I don't want to see your ding dongs though. Sorry. Too straight. You can send your ding dongs elsewhere. Like, sex about the boob thing. I mean, sure, but I mean, at the same time, a hormonal teenager and a group of hormonal teenagers, you're not going to be desensitized from seeing sex organs. They're sex organs. They're secondary sexual characteristics. They're things that we are attracted to as human people. Just because intellectually we can understand, like, why do we do that? We can't turn off the lizard brains and just go, I don't like titties suddenly. We love titties, chat. Chat, we love titties. We love them. I wish I could go topless at the beach. Now, I do think that we should make nudity more normalized in adulthood insofar as, like, platonic nudity. 100%. But as kids, we just fucking love titties, chat. We love them. Even if you're not really into titties, you love them. That's how good titties are, dude. And butts. Everybody loves titties and butts. Everybody. Fact. Even if you're asexual. You just go, God damn, nice titties, nice butt. You know what? You might not want to, flop them around or whatever you guys do with titties. I'm projecting a little bit. But yeah. And it's true about kids, right? Like, come on. If I was hanging hog all the time, do you know how many times I would have been flicked in the dick? I need jeans in between me and the dick. People are going to be like, boop, and just flick the tip of my ding dong. Not into that. Tits are not inherently sexual, in my opinion. They literally are. I know intellectually they're not. They're not, but they are. Does that make sense? There's a difference between, like, you and me, does anyone have, like, a partner that they've had long term? Like, Sarah will walk around and her knockers will be out from time to time. Believe me, I've seen a titty or two, right? I still love titties. Now, it's contextual. if she's just walking around and she just takes her shirt off and puts it back, she's changing or whatever in the living room as she walks around, you walk out of the bedroom, you might not have any clothes on, you put a sweatshirt on or something in the living room. You guys know how living with somebody else is. You might see them naked from time to time in non-sexual context. Sure, you're desensitized, but you better believe when I see those puppies bouncing around in bed, I'm all about it, okay? They're sexual, okay? Lizard brain on. Let's talk about it. What did I just walk into? Talking about tits, Sleep Easy, and ding-dongs, and butts, and sex in general, and consent. Talking about it all, okay? Sometimes your partner being naked isn't sexual, but it's always sexual, if you know what I'm saying. It might never be sexual, and it always is. We live in two realities at the same time. We have to understand that, like, these things are true. So modesty, to some extent, makes sense, especially when consent is concerned, right? Like, modesty in this essence is, I will wear a top, I will wear bottoms. This is our social contract, so to speak. You expect me to not, like, expose my asshole to you. You know what I mean? You don't want to see my asshole. You have not given consent to look at my asshole. Like, I could conceivably bend over and spread my cheeks and just stand there. Am I hurting anybody? Maybe. But not really, right? But mostly it's just like, I didn't consent to see your asshole. This is weird. This is socially weird. It's antisocial behavior. Why are you doing that, right? It's innocuous. It doesn't genuinely hurt anybody, but you don't want to see your neighbor's asshole. You just know it, right? I mean, maybe you want to see it, but most people, think of the person's asshole you don't want to see. There is a person that exists whose asshole you don't want to see. Donald Trump's asshole. But why don't you want to see it? Because it's just icky, right? It's just icky. Some things are just icky. It's fine to be icky. Some things are icky. It's okay. If you do want to see his asshole, I need to understand you better. But Grim Luminary, thanks for following. But this is what I'm saying. So some modesty makes sense socially. This modesty, back to this. This modesty, this is slut shaming. You're just shaming people for understanding that they are attractive. If you feel attractive in any way, if you're feeling yourself, if you're like, man, I'm feeling good today, let yourself fly a little bit, okay? You could be a hottie, I don't understand how that feels. I don't feel like vain like that. Like, I wish I was capable of vanity on that level, because some people feel themselves and it makes me like them more when they're just like, man, I look good. I just like that confidence about people. Now I have confidence, but I don't have that I don't have that feeling that makes me want to go, ooh, I'm taking a selfie of this. And I wish I did, because it'd be amazing. I feel like that'd be amazing. Maybe you guys take it for granted. And I'm online all the time. I see myself every day. I don't think I look bad or anything. I just don't I don't have that upper level to it, which is interesting. But besides my hang-ups, it's fascinating that modesty in this way is framed like as a virtue. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not. You don't have to. If we didn't hypersexualize AFAB bodies, I would have realized I'm a trans man easier and sooner. Sure, but we hypersexualize for sure. I think we sexualize everything, also AMAB bodies, but in a different way. I think we hypersexualize constantly. And I think ace people, I don't know if you're ace, but I feel like ace people definitely notice it more. Because when I talk to them about it, they go like, why is this at X, Y, or Z? You know what I mean? And I go like, why is that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's, yeah, I get it. I understand. Chronic de Hemp Hog 69. Thank you for following. Genuinely thank you for following. I hope you're not a loser, because I would like to say Chronic de Hemp Hog 69 more than this time. Men need to stop flaunting their butt. No, I know what you mean, Quinn. I understand what you mean. Because I don't think so. Yeah, no. I agree that we hypersexualize in a way that is unhealthy, right? Because we lead to certain ideals and whatever. But let's see what she has to say.
This video by saying that just because I now love being modest and I love dressing modestly, it doesn't mean that I never struggle with modesty. I love fashion, so wanting to wear what's trendy isn't always going to go hand in hand with what's modest. But now, because I understand why modesty is important, and I've learned—
Why? Important? Why does she talk like that? Because you guys catch that she's like doing a voice, right? Like this isn't like how she probably sounds in real life. Like no one talks like that, right? I feel like there's no flow to her language. She's trying really hard to have like super sharp diction. Important. It's not even proper. It just sounds weird, right? Like I don't think proper people sound like this. Performative enunciation. Yeah, exactly. Probably her singing training? Maybe. I know a lot of fucking singers that can colloquialize, you know what I mean? Like, just talk to me like a human.
Learn to love it, I can walk myself back from the precipice of wanting to wear trends that reveal more of me than I really should. Number 1 is I love dresses.
Are dresses modest? Is that a thing that... Okay.
This was a huge part of me rediscovering my love for modesty because dresses are a wonderful way to be modest. You can wear so many beautiful dresses that don't show a lot of skin at all.
Wait, is it about showing skin? I don't understand. What's happening? Harsh parents on pronunciation? Well, her brother, Ben Shapiro, doesn't talk like that. You know what I mean? They grew up in the same house. They're a few years apart, but you know. I don't understand this. What if you wear a dress, your hoo-ha hangs? Skin is sexual. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like this kind of sexualization is super weird, dude. Her eyes are fucking dead, bro. There's nothing back there but opera. Breathing and fine dining.
And that are just really feminine and beautiful. And they don't have to reveal a lot to be beautiful and to make you feel beautiful. And I have a huge collection of dresses at this.
Okay, all right. So, women in dresses. If I just type that in, and we go to Google. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna look at Google. Okay, so this is modest. This is not. Modest, not modest. Modest, maybe. Is this modest? Now is this too much thigh? Now this one's not modest because I can see the top of the. Oh, not modest. There's butt. Not modest. There's cleavage. Oh, I see your fucking clavicle. Modest, but is it though? We don't know. Modest. Is this modest? We don't know. You know what I think? What the rule should be? Do you feel hot in it or pretty or whatever it makes you feel? Do you get a positive feeling from wearing the thing? If so, wear that thing. Are you inflicting things other people might not want to see on them? Then wear it. If no, then wear it. Right? Yeah. Wear your pretty dress. I don't care. It's a weird thing to say. Oh, some dresses aren't modest. Is this modest, by the way? Oh, you can't see that. Is this modest? She likes modesty, but would she wear this with an open back like that? That's fascinating that she has this painting. Or I guess illustration. Seeing some back there. And I gotta be honest. I find that sexually attractive, don't you? It's a little sexy to have like a little bit of a little bit of showing. You know what I mean? But do I find her an immodest slut? No. What? Yeah, things can be sexy while still not being like, oh, that's a social taboo. You know what I mean? Like what? Like what? And you could be sexy being modest as well. I don't know. It's just like so strange.
This point, and I love that I do because I can really just dip into that whenever I want to feel beautiful. And it's not about showing a ton of skin or showing off, certain body parts. It's about wearing a dress that I love that accentuates my best features but doesn't have to reveal everything to the world. And that.
What are your best features, Abby? Okay, so if I type in Abby Shapiro hot on the internet, what am I gonna get? Does she wear anything that's like? Okay, she's in tank tops and stuff. Usually the picture is a picture that makes it look like she has ginormous bazongas. And it's possible she has ginormous bazongas. But I don't know, man. Like there are things I'm seeing here that are what I would think that she would say is immodest, but when did she wear them, right? They're actually not that revealing. I could show them on here, but I'm worried. Maybe something I'm not catching. Ben Shapiro's sister looks like a hot sim. Like from the game The Sims. Oh, God. You know what I just found? A picture of her and her husband. Okay, if you were going to take what I assume is like wedding pictures, where do you think Abby Shapiro took her wedding pictures? Like, just what do you think the what do you think the venue looked like for the outdoor pictures? Olive Garden? Wow. Olive Garden, gazebo, vineyard. Ding, 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 vineyard. Which is basically an outside Olive Garden. Literally. It's a grape garden. It's a grape garden. But yeah, it's a fucking vineyard. Yeah. Huh. I knew it without knowing, you know? And of course he's wearing a fucking trilby. Of course he is. Alright, I'm kind of over that. Me Massive Gay got banned. Okay. Mitchell Drummer with 100 biddies. Oh my god, why does he look like Big Joel? He looks less tired than Big Joel. Big Joel's a tired man. By the way, our Hype Train Cup did restart.
That is a way for me to just feel beautiful and embrace modesty. Number 2 is that I love that I'm not dressing to show off my body, but to look beautiful. There's a really big difference between being sexy and being beautiful.
Look, yeah, sure, but also like you get to choose, right? But I hate that the way that this is framed implies that if you do try to be sexy, you're suddenly like, you're being immodest, which is a bad thing because it's not a virtue. Like, I hate that framing, right? Like, it's so silly. If you feel sexy, good. That's good. I hope you're feeling yourself, right? I don't understand this. I do not understand it.
And they can overlap. But if you're only aiming to be sexy, you're showing off your body in a way that makes it into an object. I mean, that's really what you're doing, is you're showing off your body and saying, this is who I am. As opposed to...
Okay, there's objectification and then there's toxic objectification, okay? There's ways to object. Like, if you just look at somebody and you go, and like they're wearing like yoga pants or something, and they got a good ass, you can think to yourself, what a good ass. That's fine. They have an ass. They're wearing yoga pants. They may be aware of the quality of their badonkadonk. You know? They may have a good dumper. It's fine. That's fine. They may have, what if they have a very impressive bulge? Okay? What if a dude has a nice cock and he's just got a nice little outline of his ding-ding? I'm fine with that. But the difference is, are you violating consent by doing a thing, right? If your titties are out and you're a kindergarten teacher, it's probably not going to behoove you to do so, right? Like that is a violation of people around you's consent, insofar as what you're showing them. But like a kindergarten teacher who wants to feel like she's good looking because she has a crush on or maybe she's dating the first grade teacher, right? and he's sort of into it, and they're like dating and stuff, and she just wants to look a little pretty, and maybe she wants to do a little bit of low cut. There's nothing wrong with showing a little bit of the top of the booba action, and there's kids around. It's just so, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can be sexy and entirely appropriate. It's not a thing you do. Like, and some people, the modesty is the sexy part. Ooh, uh-oh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can all be part of it. Sexuality is so interesting and dynamic that, like your idea of modesty could be my idea of fucking porn, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely, like, her saying, like, oh, I'm going to wrap myself up like a fucking lady burrito. What if I fucking, like, really like it when and I find it incredibly sexual? That and I know for a fact that this is how some people think. It's incredibly sexual if I can see your eyes or something like that, or you are hidden, and that's part of it. Like, there's definitely people that get turned on by, like, the idea of very, very concealing clothing. I want a lady burrito. Well, burritos themselves are gender neutral, to be fair. Don't some Asian cultures consider shoulders a sexiest part? Well, maybe, I don't know. If she were Amish, she'd be considered immodest. It's all relative. Of course it is. I'm dune sexual. Give me a sandworm. Okay. Makeup is devil's paint. Well, according to your boy Jordan Peterson, it is.
Dressing beautifully, which is an accentuation of your personality. And it makes me feel more confident to dress beautifully because it's an extension of who I am, as opposed to look at my body separately from who I am as a person. And I'm not someone who wants to be flaunting all of my features that are, like, bigger or better than someone else's. That's not my purpose here. My purpose here is to just look as beautiful as I can without feeling like I'm putting everything out for everyone to see.
That was such a weird way to say that. My purpose is to be beautiful. Ooh. Anit Fakat. Is that how you say that? Anit Fakat? Anit Fakat? Thanks for the 100 biddies. Where's Blue Wire? I can't believe you remembered his fucking name, dude. Blue Wire Game. Is he banned? I think he's banned. JBP. What a weird guy. That was ridiculous. She was completely covered, and people thought because she looked good in the dress, it was totally inappropriate. Wait, which one? Which one? Now, who's the object? Pretty sure he got banned when he was doing the mauling shit and reported me? Oh, yeah, probably.
And again, I want my way of dressing to make my personality shine. And that's a beautiful feeling to me. I love wearing clothes that express myself.
Your personality? Wait, she doesn't know she doesn't have a personality? I'm actually surprised she doesn't know that. Huh.
And that make me feel even more confident in who I am, as opposed to just being confident in my body. Number 3 is that I love that my relationship with my body has actually improved since dressing more modestly. I think there's this huge pressure to feel great in your body while also revealing all of it.
Who Who is telling people to reveal their bodies? Antifa Cat, actually 100 biddies. Or not Antifa Cat. And it is Antifa Cat. So, wait. You said it was Antifa, so that's why I read that. Antifa Cat. I can't change it to the right spelling, but it's funny to watch you try to pronounce it. So it's just Antifa Cat. Okay. I'll say Antifa Cat. Isn't that just body comment? I don't know. But no one's saying you have to, like, reveal yourself. Who's doing that? Show us your titties, Jake. Oh. Never mind. I was wrong, Abby. You were right all along.
I don't know
It was Ginger Snip Snap pressuring all of us. Society.
anyone who, when they're naked, literally looking in the mirror, doesn't go, I see some flaws. I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm not saying that we should all look in the mirrors and find our flaws, but I think everyone does that. I think everyone looks in the mirror when they're undressed and sees the cellulite and sees the fat in the places they don't want there to be fat. I mean, that's just normal. We all do it. But
Even this is the most relatable thing she's ever said, and she still said it in a way that I can't relate to. How did she do that? She's a fucking magician, dude. Like, I genuinely don't understand how she said that without any sort of human connection whatsoever.
Dressing modestly has allowed me to realize that my body isn't perfect, no one's is, and I don't have to show it off to be beautiful. When I'm dressing modestly, I'm not thinking that my body has to look absolutely perfect. The clothing that you're wearing is really about your personality, and it's about wearing things that make you happy. At the end of the day, dressing modestly is not about your body. Of course you want to wear things that are flattering. Of course you want to wear things that accentuate nice features. But you're not out there trying to show off every nook and cranny of you.
No one wants to see nooks and crannies of it. No one's asking for nooks or crannies. What is happening? Who's asking for crannies? Randy, no, you're not. You're asking for specific nooks and crannies. You're not asking for everybody's nooks and crannies. You see enough of that as a doctor. Cranny chasers. You shouldn't feel ashamed of your body, but you should hide it. True. I was talking about Teacher Bay, who was a black elementary school teacher who was vilified by conservatives for looking good in a dress that had her completely covered up. Teacher Bay? I don't know anything about that. Teacher Bay. Let's see. Teacher Bay. Oh, it's just because she's hot. Well, yeah. Okay. Did she get fired or anything? Like, she's cute. I'm trying to find like a high quality picture to show you guys. There you go. This person. Yeah, I get it. Is this inappropriate? Is it because she has a dump truck ass? You can't have a butt and be a teacher at the same time? Yeah. Was that Limp Bizkit song? The Nookie, dude. Pixelated Cheddar, thanks for the 75 biddies. Nooks lives matter. It's true. Yeah. I mean, who among us? Who among us would be like, no, thank you, ma'am? Like, come on, why are you mad about that? And that's modesty too, right? Just being good looking, is that a bad thing? Black women bodies are policed like crazy, yeah.
Which is not always going to be the most flattering. And if you want to wear a beautiful dress that fits you beautifully and doesn't show off a ton of skin, it makes your relationship to your body better because you love the dress, you love the fashion, you love how you feel in it, and you love that it's an expression of who you are. And that for me is how I learned to love dressing modestly, because it wasn't about, does my body look great in this? And do I have that perfect physique that will look more attractive the more skin I show?
It's not about who's telling her this stuff. No one. I don't think the people that she like disagrees with, like politically, us, would say the things that she's saying. It's just Ben. Sis, you're not being very modest. I can see your dump truck ass.
No, it wasn't about that. I'm healthy. I work out. I eat healthily. I take care of myself.
Jesus.
Feminist Critique, thanks so much for the raid. Appreciate it.
But the clothing that I wear is because I love it. I want people to know who I am through what I wear, as opposed to getting to know my body first and then having to get past that.
No one knows Abby Shapiro's body first. What is she talking about? I don't understand. No, the people that she's talking about are not going to ignore her words because she's got boobs. I do not get it. The Shapiros have such strong eyebrow game. They do. She has some body image issues she needs to unpack with a therapist. It's something like that. I don't understand it, dude. Like it's super weird. You feel like she's defending trans people? I really disagree. She probably does never. She's never done that. Very weird.
To meet me. And that has been a really wonderful lesson for me. So that is how I learned to love modesty. I'd love to hear from you guys what your experience has been like by...
Yeah, what's your experience with modesty, chat? Chat, can you tell me what your experience with modesty is like? You know, a normal question that you would ask a person. Need you to understand my core programming first before you can handle my hardware. If you don't know me at my core programming, you're not going to be able to handle me in my hardware. That's true. True. Ben's smoldery eyebrows are intense. They are smoldery.
Dressing modestly. I know that dressing modestly is not a popular opinion nowadays. I love dressing modestly.
What do
I
you
think that dressing
mean?
modestly
It's not a
is a
popular
wonderful way to
what?
live. I think it's respectful to those around you, and I think it's respectful to yourself.
See, that's the part that is unpopular. Not that, like, oh, you can dress modestly and still be good looking. That's a normal thought that people have that exists. Like, but the rest of it, this, like, I think it's respecting yourself, implying that not doing that is disrespecting yourself, right? Which is the wrong part. That's the wrong part. You're not disrespecting yourself if you dress in a way that she would find immodest. Like, what? If you got titties, if you got an ass, and you want to show people that you got these things through the way that you wear your clothing to accentuate these things, I want you to do that. If you're feeling yourself, feel yourself, okay? As long as you're not violating the consent of people around you, it's totally fine. It's not a big deal.
So, let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so and hit that notification bell. If you'd like to get my newsletter, feel free to head to the description box and hit that link where you will be able to get a little dose of classic into your inbox just twice a month, and you'll get a free download of my to-do list and schedule template. If you'd like to follow me on social media, it's at Classically Abby, absolutely everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Here it comes. Here it comes. You ready, chat? Hands up. Hands up on the roller coaster. Hands up on the roller coaster. Here we go. Here we go. It's happening. You're prepared. You're prepared. Hands up on the roller coaster. It's never not funny. It's never not funny, dude. Ever. It's so good, dude. So good. All right, we'll do that at normal speed so you can hear it. If you've never seen the end of an Abby Shapiro video, this is for you.
In the next one.
Here it comes. Ready? Hands up at the roller coaster. This one's a little dip. That last one was a long fall. This one's just like a little woo.
Bye!
Bro, that's a decision she makes every time she ends a fucking video. Every time. How do you do that? How do you maintain that? You're getting roasted off of the face of the earth, okay? Roasted off of the face of the earth by this. How do you maintain this? I don't get it. Conservatives are so strange. Bye! It's wild shit, dude. Wild shit.